We're live? Hey guys, how are you? This is Bobby Clue with the Somerset-Pulaski County Chamber of Commerce. We're back again for another one of our virtual ribbon cuttings. I'm very excited today. We're down in Burnside, Kentucky, Lakeside Primary Care today. And before I introduce our guest today, I want to explain to everybody why we're doing these. So again, we started doing these virtual ribbon cuttings for one simple reason. The world just wouldn't let us get together like we want to and have an in-person ribbon cutting. So we started doing these virtually, and they've been going great. So we're appreciative of everybody that's tuning in, that is taking the time to learn more about the businesses in our community and just getting to know, what's in their backyard. So again, we're here at Lakeside Primary Care. I'm here with the owners and proprietors of Lakeside Primary Care, Alicia Cooley and Theresa Cash. Theresa, is it Theresa? Theresa. I got to figure that out. Theresa. So we got Alicia and Theresa, sisters. I learned that already. So tell us a little bit about Lakeside Primary Care. How did this come to happen?
Well, we've been discussing starting a primary care clinic for several years, and we love helping uninsured and underserved areas such as Burnside. There wasn't anything in this area for patients, between McCreary County and Wayne County. A lot of people didn't have gas money to drive all the way into Somerset, so we decided to start our own business and work together to try to help these underserved uninsured patients.
And what I always look at is there's a lot of primary care facilities in our community, but there's nothing on this side of town.
Nothing on this side
So
of town.
that's what makes for a great business, is kind of filling gaps. It's easy to put businesses that are similar right next to each other, but it's a smart business decision to come down here and fill a niche, like a service that really needed to be filled. So you both worked for physicians prior to going out on this business endeavor. I believe you were in McCreary County working for a physician, and you were here in town working for, who were you working for here?
Dr. Samir Cook and Dr. Todd Horn.
Sure.
And I decided to meet in the middle.
Right. So I'm sure you probably have a good collection of people from McCreary County and Somerset that are coming here.
Yes. We even have patients from Wayne County that come.
Well, yeah, I heard that.
Yes.
I heard inside Russell, all sorts of different places, Rockcastle County. So that's really neat. I'm sure that has a lot to do about the care and the service that you're actually providing people. So let me ask you this. I know it's a little bit loud out here because we're right outside the road. I like to give everybody just a little bit of a frame of reference on where you're located at. So we're located in Burnside, and if you actually, basically across the street is Reno's, Citizens National Bank, Mugby's, all those different places. Dos Amigos, the new Mexican restaurants over there. So we're basically right across from that, right here on Highway 27. It's really nice. It's a beautiful building. You can't miss their sign right out front, but I always want to make sure people know where you're at, because quite frankly, if they love your service and they can't find you, that doesn't help anybody. So now they know where you're at. Can we go inside?
Sure.
Can we see the clinic?
Absolutely.
Great. I'm going to open the door here and let you guys come in.
You'll have to excuse the mess. We are actually closed this week and doing a little remodeling. So.
Well, that's perfect for us today, because we wouldn't want to bother any of your patients, obviously. So it works out really good. So we're here in the waiting room, and tell us a little bit about why you picked this location and what you've done to make it the primary care facility it is.
Well, we actually looked several different places, and I think God just led us here. We've been up and down this road looking for buildings and land, and it just all worked out, and this is where we landed.
How long have you been here in this location now?
We've started out January of 2018, so we've been here a year and a half.
Sure. So, maybe a fun question just to ask that's timely. How has coronavirus, COVID-19, has that all affected you, good, bad, or indifferent? How's that affected you all?
It has affected us, but we've tried to make it work. We actually do some home visits for patients, and I think we're probably the only primary care clinic in Pulaski County that offer home visits to patients that are bedbound or have strokes or that are high risk that don't want to be exposed to other patients.
That's wonderful information, and that's why we do this right here, is to learn about the services that you provide. So my mother is 95 years old this year, and you know, she has people that come out from Lifeline quite often to work with you. You can come out and you can do those services as well.
Yeah,
you can go to the house. They can, instead of them coming here.
Yeah, she goes and draws blood, you know, refills medications. Any immunocompromised patient, patients that have trouble with transportation. We have a lot of patients, you know, that have to depend on somebody else to bring them, and when they're sick, it's hard for them just to call somebody if, you know, they don't have anybody they can depend on to get them here. And
well, and a lot of times, you know, when you're older, you might be in a wheelchair or any number of things, and it's a challenge just to get out of the house sometimes. It really is.
Why we started to do home visits. Actually, we had a patient that had a stroke, and she came and she couldn't get out of the car. And so actually one of the staff had to go out and physically lift her out of the car into the wheelchair, and we were like, this is not good for her. You know, we have to try to help these patients.
Accommodate all of our patients.
Yeah. So that led to you all kind of adapting the model a little bit, so you would go to their houses and make accommodations there. That's great information. So I would love to know, and this is why I enjoy my job, is because I get to learn about the services that people actually provide. I think I know, but I don't know most of the time, is what I've learned over the years. What services do you come to a primary care for? So I'm assuming, you know, I've got a headache, a fever, I broke my finger. What are the other things? What can I come here for and you guys can treat?
We do chronic management of hypertension, diabetes, any type of cardiovascular disease, you know, just anything that you would go anywhere for. If it is something that we cannot treat here, we'll get you to the right place, the right, you know, physician that can treat it. We'll find out what's going on.
And we do referrals to cardiology, gastroenterology, endocrinology for those patients that do have those chronic comorbidities as well.
So you all become, a lot of times, you probably become like a family physician almost. You become like that point of contact for people.
We are primary care.
You can do physicals, I'm assuming, and so you really are. You're a point of contact for a lot of people. I'm sure you probably have a lot of kids that come in with their parents.
We do well-child exams. We don't do immunizations for children, but we do like the well-child exams and those types of things.
Could we take a look at maybe the office here?
Absolutely.
We could do a little tour. That's why we're here live
Come
today.
on in. This is our lab, and we are actually we actually have LabCorp that provide us with a full-time phlebotomist. She does all of our labs, and those go out to LabCorp, and we usually have the results back by the next day. And she can do any type of lab that's ordered.
So that's handy that they've got those services you can contract with. You don't have to have that person in-house. They can just, you can draw the blood, they can take it. And
we do COVID testing here.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
We do.
Okay.
We've done a lot of COVID testing.
If another provider orders labs on one of our patients, they can come here and get that lab done without having to go to an outside laboratory to get those tests done if they want, you know.
Oh, that's great information. And again, very timely now. You know, with everything going on with COVID, it's good to know where you can go get tested. I don't know if everybody knows, you know, where to go. Is that something that insurance is covering currently?
It typically does cover COVID testing. Now, the antibodies, that would be a question for LabCorp if you want to have the antibody testing done to see if you've actually, if you've had COVID.
Okay, we're back. We had a little technical difficulty there. See, that's what happens when you go live sometimes. You know, you can't script this stuff. So, okay, and take two. So we're back out here, and we just want to know a little bit more about, so you've got the rooms back there. You know, tell us about some of the other services that you all provide. So, billing, everything is in-house right here that you take care of.
We have an outsourced billing company that takes care of our billing. like she said, we do referrals. MRIs, you know, we've got patients that come in, we refer for MRIs, CT scans.
Right.
We refer to specialty.
And in-house, we can do EKGs, we have nebulizer treatments, we give a lot of injections, antibiotic
IV fluids.
IV fluids, a lot of shots, like if they need a Rocephin or Decadron shot or a Lasix injection, we have all of that.
Wound care.
We do wound care, Una boots,
Okay.
a lot of that kind of stuff.
What are your hours currently here in the office?
Our
When
hours
are you open?
are Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, and on Saturdays 9 to 12.
9 to 12. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's important.
And we
to
hope
know.
to expand that some as we've grown faster than we anticipated. So
That sounds like it. That's a good
we
problem to have, though,
yeah,
right?
We've actually hired another nurse practitioner. She couldn't be with us today.
Mhm.
Her name is Rhonda Kelly, and I worked with her down in McCreary County. She was a student of mine, and when she graduated, we hired her, and she's done phenomenal.
Her patients love her.
Great.
She's already, you got a demand for her. I mean, she's
Great.
you know, got a pretty hefty patient load, so
Sure.
she's doing very well. And we may have to hire another one to help with the home visits because those have also increased.
I love that. That's a great niche for you guys. It seems like. So one thing I would say is there's a lot of primary care, quick care facilities here in Pulaski County. Seems like they pop up every other day. What makes you all different? What sets you apart?
Well, I think we try to treat patients the way that we would want to be treated. You know, we try to provide quality, cost-effective health care for each patient while treating them like a family member and treat them like that we would want to be treated.
Yeah, that personal
and
touch.
I had a home visit just the other day that they called me. Advanced House Calls was seeing her, and they had decreased their territory, so they wouldn't go to her anymore. And she was right at the McCreary County Williamsburg line, and I almost didn't take her because it was such a long drive. And when I got there, her husband met me on the porch crying, just so thankful that I had came. So sorry.
No, that's those are the stories that are really special, and it genuinely shows that you love what you do. So I appreciate you sharing that story with us. How can people find out about you guys? Do you have a website, social media? How do we get a hold of you guys if we want to call? Is there a phone number?
Yes, it's 606-341-1339. We also have another line, which is 606-341-1271. We have a Facebook page. You can reach us there. We've not really done a whole lot of advertisement yet, but we're
working on that. We're working on that today.
We plan to do that, so you may be able to see some of our flyers or something out in the public.
Sure. Well, again, I want to thank you all for taking the time to do this, and I want to thank you all for being members of the Chamber of Commerce. It means a lot. You don't have to be a member. It's something that you invest into, so I appreciate that very much. And again, we're here with Lakeside Primary Care. We're down in Burnside, Kentucky, basically right across the street from Reno's and Citizens National Bank. Come check these guys out. They are awesome. They're doing a great job. They've got that local touch. I mean, sharing stories like that are fantastic. And it's the reason that we do what we do. Those are great stories. So thank you all so much for taking the time to do this again. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go outside and we're going to do one of our very famous socially distanced ribbon cuttings. And guys, stay tuned. We're going to go back in July. We're going to be going back to in-person ribbon cuttings, but we are going to continue doing the virtual conversations before those ribbon cuttings. This has been great for us, and it's allowed us to really reach a lot more people, to educate them about the businesses here in our community. So thank you all again for tuning in. Sorry about the little mishap there, but hey, that's live TV. That happens sometimes. But thanks again, guys. Stay tuned. We've got more ribbon cuttings coming up. So have a great day. Be safe.
Thank you.